it comes a point in time where the same places, the same people that you were once around or also have been around, that when you are progressing in life, when you are doing the things that's not the norm that you're used to, these type of environments that you were once used to being around, you're not going to be able to be around them no more because you cannot relate. It's really tough because it's like you don't want to quote unquote feel like you sold out. You don't want to feel like that, hey, you're better than anyone. But it comes a point in time when you do continue to stay around, let's say an example, around this particular neighborhood, people, this community that you probably were born into, that you've grown up in, you'll find people that's going to resent you. You work so hard to be the person that you are today. And when you reflect, and if you're a person just like me, when you reflect on these type of environments, right? It was at one point that you were broke. It was one point that you were sad, depressed, you were stressed out, you was ready to crash out. And then now you got away with it. Now you got the resources that you have to get what you have to get to be where you want to be. It's going to be tough, and this is a decision that most of us have to realize, and we have to just make that, that same environment that broke you, you're going to have to get away from it. Alright? Before I introduce you to the title of the video, let me introduce myself. This is Gene, your best friend, your new best friend. And I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. And today we're going to talk about you can't heal in the same environment that broke you. Ooh. Think about it. You were once, if you're 40, just like me, and I bring this up time to time, you're growing up around some people, and all they can see past Friday and Saturday is just going out, getting lit, drinking and smoking. Now, for a person like me, and I'm going to be honest with you, I have not ever, and I'm looking forward to it, smoked in my life. Have not ever smoked marijuana, have not ever smoked a cigarette, but I do have people that I'm very close to, people that are my family. Most of them do that, have done it, and are still doing it currently, but me, I choose not to. And best to believe, a lot of them are much older than, right? So it'll come a point in time where I remember when I was 18, and I remember coming home from church, and like I said, I grew up from the hood, and when you living in the hood, I'm telling you, there's certain things that you see and certain things that you experience that you don't want to experience, you don't want to see, but this is the reality. And it's crazy because you have people that are not from this environment, that are not, they don't have, they just don't know, and they want to be and enjoy that being, and think it's a joke. Now, if you look at some people, when they come across me in public and I happen to conversate with them, and they see my demeanor, they see my who I am as a person, they think that I just grown up in the suburbs all my life. And yes, it came a point when I was staying with my father, with me and my siblings. We stayed in the suburbs for like a few years, and then after that we moved right back in the hood. So if I could take it back, I wouldn't mind. That doesn't mean that with me staying in the suburbs, I could, that it wasn't destined for me to be back in the hood. But if I had a choice, reflecting back, I would stay in the suburbs. Just my point, better education, right? Better, more down to earth. I've happened, and I still have a childhood friend that I've seen here and there at the gym, and still to this day we're like good friends. Growing up in the suburbs, right? Now, to other people's experience could be a lot more different. But for me, a lot of the times too, when I came back in, an environment that I've grown up in, and you happen to see, and we talked about this before, is generational curses, right? The statistics, right? A kid by the time he's 18, 25 is not gonna make it, right? Supposedly, right? But it came a point where I started traveling. It came a point where I accomplished and got a college degree. Certificates, many certificates. Been to places, traveled, and coming back to certain communities, environments, I did not feel like I was a part of these people anymore. When you start experiencing going to you experience eating certain foods. I went to Africa last year around this time, just getting back, and I felt it was so breathtaking. I feel like that's where I'm supposed to be. In a country, a couple of countries in East Africa. Coming back to the environment and getting around certain people, I just don't feel comfortable anymore. Remembering how I've grown up is not easy, because how can you heal? How can you be the person that you are if you're constantly going around people that are gossiping? If you're constantly going to an environment where what people do and all you see is the police outside and getting arrested, murdered. How can you heal? You got the resources to be the person. You got the resources to be where you need to be. You got the resources and the tools to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. But you're not going to heal. You're not going to be the person that you are if you continue to be in an environment that just consistently broke you. And when you think about it, you reflect on, the stress, the depression that you have, the emotions, all over. Your emotions was all over the place. How can you heal? You can't. You worked on yourself hard enough to be the person that you are, to only go back. You can't. You're not gonna heal. It's not gonna happen. It comes to a point where you'll come back and visit. You'll come back and talk to certain people and see how they're doing. But 9 times out of 10, and this is a small percentage of people, and count them as a person, as a blessing, but people are not going to look at you the same. Most people that you come across, they'll see the difference in you before you can see the difference in yourself. You're going to have to realize that when you worked on your growth, you've become the person that you become, and you see your future, which most people don't. You can't come back in a place. You can't get around certain people. You can't communicate with certain people anymore because you have elevated. And all you're going to do when you get back into that world that you once got away from is only going to bring you down. It's only going to bring you depression. It's only going to bring you more stress. And you're going to realize, like, yo, why did I come back here? So my thing is this: wherever you are, if you accomplished and got that degree and you decided to come back home and spend some time with your family, and before you came back, you thought about, let me see if I could stay back home. And then you seen the same thing again, and this is the place that you did your best to get away from. And you still got a way to be out, get away. You're around gossiping people, you're around broken people. You can't fix people that don't want to change themselves. You've healed, you did the work, you did what you have to do to get to where you need to be. Even relationships. You get around certain relationships that it don't even matter if it's that boyfriend or girlfriend, that husband, husband or wife, or just that family member that just they just bring you down and they just hurt, and then you once got away from them, and then they turn around and want you to come back, and then you just see the same thing. You're not gonna heal. You can't. So all I can say is this. You see the title of the video. All I can say, you can't heal in an environment that once broke you. That broke you. Alright? Get away while you can. The right people will come around you. And just stay blessed, alright? So if you like this video, I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe to your best friend, your new best friend. And also in the description below, comment pin to the top. Keep up with the latest luxury styles and trends at gorgeous271.com. Alright? Peace.